bigger, smarter, and more ambitious than ever. The 2027 Kia Telluride arrives as one of the most talked-about three-row SUVs of the new generation. This isn't just a mild refresh. The new Telluride stretches to nearly 200 inches in length with a wider stance and longer wheelbase, bringing meaningful gains in interior space, third-row comfort, and cargo versatility for real families and real road trips. Under the hood, the powertrain lineup takes a big step forward. Instead of relying only on a traditional V6, the 2027 Telluride moves toward a more modern setup, including a turbocharged four-cylinder producing around 270 horsepower and over 310 lb-ft of torque, along with the brand's first-ever hybrid Telluride pushing output close to 330 horsepower. That means stronger low-end pull, smoother daily driving, and significantly improved efficiency compared to the older gas-only. Inside, the cabin upgrades are just as dramatic. You get dual high-resolution digital displays, upgraded materials throughout the dash and doors, seating for up to 8 passengers, and more available comfort tech like heated and ventilated seats across multiple rows, premium sound systems, configurable ambient lighting, and smarter driver assistance systems. It's designed to feel like a proper step into the luxury SUV space without abandoning its rugged family hauler route. But no vehicle is perfect, and the 2027 Telluride is no exception. In this video, we'll break down the 5 biggest pros that make it so appealing and the 5 biggest cons that buyers need to think hard about before spending their money. From performance and efficiency to ride comfort, real-world usability, and long-term ownership expectations. So if you're thinking about buying, upgrading, or just want the truth about the new Telluride, you're in the right place. Let's break it down. This is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Before we jump into today's video, here's something every true car enthusiast will love: our official website, MotorNationGroup.com. It's your go-to destination for everything automotive, from the latest car launches and industry news to detailed reviews, performance breakdowns, comparisons, buyer guides, and even insights into future tech shaping the next generation of vehicles. Join the MotorNation community, where passion meets performance and the drive never stops. Now, let's get into the video. Starting with the first big advantage, and this is the foundation of the 2027 Kia Telluride's appeal. It's simply bigger, smarter, and far more usable inside. Kia has stretched the wheelbase to roughly 116.9 inches and pushed overall length to about 199.2 inches, giving this SUV a longer, wider cabin than before. This doesn't just look good on paper. It directly improves real-life comfort in all 3 rows. Second-row passengers benefit the most with increased knee room, improved seat slide travel, and more shoulder space thanks to the wider body. Adults sitting in the 3rd row now get more usable legroom, better seat cushioning, and a more upright seating position, making longer drives far more realistic. Even the roofline has been subtly optimized to add extra headroom, reducing the cramped, upright posture common in older 3-row SUVs. Cargo capacity also becomes a major strength. With all seats up, you get around 22.3 cubic feet of cargo room, enough for multiple backpacks, grocery bags, or 2 medium suitcases. Drop the 3rd row, and you move well beyond mid-size SUV territory, while folding both rear rows unlocks up to 86.9 cubic feet of total cargo volume, giving you van-like hauling ability without giving up SUV styling. What makes this even more usable is the lower load floor height and wider cargo opening. That means heavy items like strollers, coolers, or travel cases are easier to slide in, instead of lifting them high. Add in practical touches like underfloor storage, improved seat folding mechanisms, and flatter seatback surfaces, and the Telluride becomes not just a large SUV, but a genuinely family-first vehicle built for real-world use. Moving to the second major advantage, the powertrain. And this is where the 2027 Kia Telluride makes one of its most meaningful leaps forward. Kia has completely redesigned what sits under the hood. The old naturally aspirated V6 is gone, and in its place is a 2.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine that produces roughly 270 horsepower and about 310 pound-feet of torque. What matters more than the headline numbers is how the power is delivered. The turbo engine makes the majority of its torque much lower in the rev range, giving the Telluride quicker pull from a stop, stronger mid-range acceleration, and smoother highway passing, especially when the SUV is fully loaded with passengers and cargo. And then comes the biggest upgrade in Telluride history, the hybrid system. The turbo hybrid version combines the turbo engine with a high-output electric motor and lithium-ion battery pack to produce a combined system output of around 329 horsepower. The electric motor adds instant torque from 0 RPM, which makes the Telluride feel lighter and more responsive in city driving. You get smoother launches, quieter stop-and-go traffic behavior, and far less engine strain under normal driving. Fuel efficiency also improves dramatically. Hybrid versions are estimated to produce around 35 miles per gallon combined, which is exceptional for a three-row SUV that approaches 200 inches in length and weighs well over 2 tons. On long highway drives, that efficiency paired with the fuel tank gives the Telluride a projected driving range of nearly 600 miles, meaning long family road trips can be done with significantly fewer fuel stops. Another underrated improvement is refinement. With the electric motor assisting at low speeds, the hybrid version reduces vibration, lowers cabin noise, and makes the acceleration feel seamless. Instead of a loud downshift and engine surge, you get a smooth, linear push forward. The result is a powertrain that feels stronger, quieter, more efficient, and far more premium than the older V6 setup, giving buyers real-world performance plus real-world savings. Moving on to the third major advantage, and this is where the 2027 Telluride starts feeling less like a mainstream SUV and more like a near-luxury product. The interior quality and comfort take a big leap forward. Kia has completely reworked the cabin layout with higher-grade soft-touch materials, more stitched surfaces across the dashboard and door panels, and better overall fit and finish that makes the cabin feel far more solid and upscale to the touch. Front seat passengers get access to new relaxation-style seats that can recline further than before and even offer built-in leg rest extensions on higher trims. That's a feature you normally see in premium European SUVs, not mainstream family haulers. On top of that, second-row passengers can now get heated and ventilated captain's chairs, giving rear occupants proper premium-level comfort, especially on long highway trips or in extreme weather. Kia has also worked heavily on cabin refinement. The 2027 model uses thicker laminated side glass, additional sound-deadening material in the firewall and wheel wells, and upgraded door seals, all designed to cut down road, wind, and tire noise. The result is a noticeably quieter cabin, especially at highway speeds, where conversations become easier and long drives feel far less tiring. On the technology side, the Telluride now features a wide dual-screen digital setup that combines the instrument cluster and infotainment display into a modern, seamless layout. You get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, faster system response times, built-in navigation, and multiple USB-C charging ports spread across all 3 rows. That means passengers aren't fighting over charging cables or outlets anymore. The big takeaway here is this. The new Telluride doesn't just look better inside, it feels more expensive to live with. From quieter driving to more comfortable seating and smarter tech, Kia has pushed this SUV into a space that used to be dominated by much more expensive luxury brands. Now let's get into one of the most underrated strengths of the 2027 Telluride, the X-Pro Off-Road Focus trim, and this is where this family SUV quietly becomes far more capable than people expect. Unlike the regular Telluride trims, they're tuned mainly for highways and city roads. The X-Pro is engineered for unpredictable terrain. Ground clearance jumps to around 9.1 inches, which is important because anything above 9 inches puts it in the same territory as several mid-level off-road SUVs. That extra height improves the Telluride's approach, breakover, and departure angles, allowing it to clear rocks, uneven trails, deep ruts, and steep driveways without scraping the underbody. It comes equipped from the factory with all-terrain tires, which have deeper tread blocks and tougher sidewalls compared to normal road tires. That means better grip on gravel, sand, wet grass, slush, and light mud. The smarter part is the multi-terrain all-wheel drive system, which doesn't just blindly split power. It actively uses sensors to detect will slip and redirects torque in real time to the wheels with the most traction. One of the standout hardware upgrades is the electronic limited slip differential. Instead of relying purely on brake-based traction control, this system can electronically lock the rear wheels together when needed. In real-world terms, that means if one wheel lifts or loses traction on uneven terrain, the other will still pushes the vehicle forward. This significantly improves stability and forward motion on rough trails. Real-world usability is where this matters most. The X Pro version is genuinely useful for people who deal with snow-covered roads, broken rural highways, flooded patches, steep mountain roads, and unpaved job sites. It's also a strong option for light overlanding, camping trips, and trailer pulling on uneven surfaces. What makes this feature special is balance. You're not sacrificing daily comfort. The suspension is tuned to absorb bumps without feeling harsh. And on highways, it still delivers a stable, quiet, and controlled ride. So instead of being a cosmetic off-road look package, the X Pro trim adds real mechanical ability that expands where and how you can safely drive this SUV. And now to the fifth major advantage, the Telluride's ability to be a true do-it-all SUV without leaning too hard in just one direction. The 2027 model continues to offer strong real-world utility, especially when properly equipped. In its turbocharged gasoline configuration, towing capacity reaches up to around 5,000 pounds, which puts in the sweet spot for a 3-row family SUV. That's enough to confidently handle a small camper, jet skis, motorcycles, or a light boat trailer without feeling overwhelmed. What makes this more impressive is how well the Telluride balances that capability with everyday comfort. The chassis is tuned to feel stable at highway speeds, even when the vehicle is fully loaded with passengers and luggage. Steering feels predictable. Braking is confidence-inspiring for such a large vehicle, and the suspension manages to stay composed even when the rear is carrying extra weight. The hybrid option adds another layer of usability. You get strong low-speed electric torque that makes stop-and-go driving smoother, while still having the stamina for long-distance highway cruising. Combined with flexible seating for up to 8 people, easy-to-fold second and third rows, and a wide, practical cargo area, the Telluride becomes a genuine multi-role vehicle. Real-world practicality is where this SUV stands out. It can handle school runs and city traffic during the week, long highway road trips on the weekend, and still be capable enough to tow or explore mild trails when needed. Instead of forcing you to choose between comfort, space, efficiency, and strength, the Telluride manages to blend all of them into one package. And that's exactly what families and adventure-focused buyers are looking for. Moving on to the cons. Let's start with the first potential drawback, and it's one that traditional Telluride fans and large SUV enthusiasts have been talking about. For 2027, Kia has replaced the outgoing naturally aspirated V6 with a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. This engine produces roughly 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, which is competitive for a modern 3-row SUV and pairs well with the available 8-speed automatic transmission or hybrid setup. On paper, the numbers look solid, but real-world driving paints a slightly different picture. when a Telluride is fully loaded with 7 to 8 passengers plus cargo. The Turbo 4 can feel more strained on steep inclines or during long highway overtakes compared to the old V6. The engine needs to work harder to deliver similar performance, sometimes requiring frequent downshifts to maintain speed or momentum. Towing is another area where the compromise is noticeable. While the turbo-equipped Telluride can still tow up to 5,000 pounds when properly equipped, the Turbo 4 may feel less robust during extended towing or climbing grades, compared to the previous V6's smoother, more linear power delivery. For buyers who regularly tow trailers, boats, or heavy gear over long distances, this can translate into a slightly more demanding driving experience and potentially higher fuel consumption under load. Even though the new hybrid option adds additional low-end torque and smooths acceleration in stop-and-go traffic, it doesn't fully replicate the effortless grunt and engine character of the old V6, especially on long highway runs or steep terrains. In short, this is a trade-off between modern efficiency, emissions compliance, and fuel economy versus the traditional, full-bodied V6 SUV feel, something buyers who prioritize power and towing over efficiency should seriously consider. The second drawback revolves around the new hybrid powertrain. While the hybrid Telluride delivers impressive fuel efficiency, up to an estimated 35 miles per gallon combined, and smooth low-speed torque, there are trade-offs to consider, especially for buyers who need maximum towing or long-term simplicity. Hybrid-rated towing is often lower than the turbo-only gasoline version. While the turbo model can tow up to around 5,000 pounds, the hybrid variants may be limited to slightly less, depending on trim and configuration, which could be a factor if you regularly haul trailers, boats, or heavy equipment. That means families or adventurers who plan to tow frequently may need to carefully check which powertrain fits their needs. Then there's the matter of complexity. The hybrid system combines a turbo engine, electric motor, high-voltage battery, and advanced power electronics. More moving parts and electronics mean there is more that could potentially require maintenance or repair over time. While Kia's reputation and warranty coverage are strong, hybrid powertrains generally require more specialized service than a conventional V6, and real-world long-term reliability remains to be fully proven. In essence, the hybrid version is a fantastic choice for efficiency and smoother daily driving. But if your priorities include maximum towing, simplicity, or long-term low-maintenance ownership, this added complexity and slightly lower towing capability could be a drawback. Now, the third potential downside comes from the fact that the 2027 Telluride is a complete redesign with brand new powertrain options, including the 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder and the new hybrid system. While these upgrades bring improved efficiency, stronger low-end torque, and modernized tech, they also introduce a level of uncertainty that early adopters need to consider. Long-term reliability hasn't been tested in real-world conditions yet. Questions remain about the durability of the turbo engine under continuous heavy load, the longevity of hybrid battery packs in varied climates, and the performance of the high-voltage hybrid electronics over years of use. Even small variables, like repeated towing at near maximum capacity, which could be up to 5,000 pounds for the turbo model, or frequent full passenger trips with luggage, may impact fuel economy and component wear differently than Kia's official estimates. Real-world fuel economy is another unknown. While the hybrid is rated at around 35 miles per gallon combined, early drivers may see variations depending on terrain, climate, and how the hybrid system balances gas and electric power. The turbo-only version, while efficient, could also see drops in fuel economy when fully loaded, towing, or during highway cruising. Even the chassis, though largely redesigned, retains some carryover components from the previous generation, meaning there may be minor compromises in ride refinement or long-term wear. For buyers who prefer a fully tried and tested SUV experience, waiting for at least a year of owner feedback can reveal potential quirks, durability trends, and maintenance insights. In short, being an early adopter means enjoying the latest styling, tech, and efficiency gains, but it also means taking on a degree of risk with long-term reliability, fuel economy, and component longevity, factors that cautious buyers should weigh before committing. Another important consideration is cost escalation, especially if you want a 2027 Telluride with all the features that make it truly competitive. The base turbo FWD trim starts around $40,000 to $42,000, offering 3-row seating, standard infotainment, and basic driver assist features. But to unlock the hybrid powertrain with up to 35 miles per gallon combined, all-wheel drive, the X-Pro off-road package with 9.1 inches of ground clearance, an electronic limited-slip differential, premium front relaxation seats with leg rests, heated and ventilated second-row captain's chairs, and the complete dual-screen infotainment and safety suite, you're looking at mid to upper trim pricing in the $50,000 to $55,000 range, with fully loaded options potentially topping $58,000 or more. Even small upgrades add up. For instance, opting for AWD alone can cost around $2,000 to $2,500. The X-Pro package adds roughly $1,500 to $2,000, and premium interior packages or hybrid trims can tack on another $3,000 to $4,000. When all these are combined, the Telluride approaches the pricing of near-luxury SUVs such as the Acura MDX, Lexus RXL, or Lincoln Corsair L, which come with many of these features standard. From a value perspective, this creates a clear trade-off. The base turbo trim is efficient, spacious, and functional, but lacks the comfort, versatility, and tech refinements of higher trims. Families who want the hybrid's efficiency, AWD traction for snow or trails, X-Pro off-road capability, and fully appointed cabin will need to spend significantly more, which can make the Telluride feel less like a bargain compared to simpler SUVs in the mid-$40K range. So, while Kia packs a lot into the 2027 Telluride, achieving the full mix of power, comfort, tech, and versatility doesn't come cheap. For budget-conscious buyers, the base trim may feel like a compromise, while fully loaded models demand careful financial consideration, especially when comparing to other SUVs that offer more features standard at similar price points. The final drawback to consider is one that comes with the territory. The 2027 Telluride, while bigger and more spacious than ever, is still a mid-size 3-row SUV. Kia has extended the wheelbase to 116.9 inches and overall length to 199.2 inches, improving second and third row legroom and cargo capacity. Behind the third row, cargo volume measures roughly 22.3 cubic feet, expanding to around 86.9 cubic feet with the rear seats folded. These are impressive numbers for its segment, but they still don't match the space and flexibility of full-size SUVs or minivans. Third-row seats, while more comfortable than before, remain best suited for children or occasional adult use, especially on long trips. Taller adults may still find headroom and legroom somewhat restrictive during extended highway drives. Likewise, while the Telluride can tow up to 5,000 pounds and handle family road trips with ease, it doesn't offer the absolute maximum cargo and passenger flexibility that a full-size SUV like a Chevy Tahoe or a Honda Odyssey minivan can provide. In practical terms, this means that even with improvements in interior space, hybrid efficiency, and advanced tech, buyers seeking minivan-level versatility, maximum passenger comfort, cargo capacity, and ultra-smooth ride will still encounter limitations. The 2027 Telluride excels as a balanced, 3-row family SUV, but it isn't a full-size people mover, so compromises are inevitable when compared to larger, heavier SUVs or dedicated minivans. So, after diving into the 2027 Kia Telluride's strengths and weaknesses, here's the takeaway. On the plus side, the Telluride delivers more space and comfort than ever, with a longer wheelbase, roomy second and third rows, and flexible cargo layouts that max out at nearly 87 cubic feet. The new turbo 4-cylinder and hybrid powertrain strike a strong balance between efficiency and performance, while the X-Pro trim gives this family SUV surprising off-road capability. Add in premium interior touches, advanced infotainment, and towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds, and you have a vehicle that can handle daily city driving, long road trips, and even light adventure excursions with ease. On the flip side, the Telluride isn't perfect. Some buyers may miss the old V6's low-end grunt. Hybrid models have slightly lower towing capacity and added complexity, and the price can climb quickly when opting for AWD, hybrid, X-Pro, and premium interior packages. Plus, while space and comfort have improved, it's still a mid-size 3-row SUV, meaning the third row is best for kids or occasional adult use, and it won't fully match a minivan or full-size SUV in maximum passenger and cargo flexibility. In short, the 2027 Kia Telluride is a well-rounded, modern family SUV that blends comfort, efficiency, tech, and versatility. But buyers need to carefully consider trim level, features, and powertrain choice to ensure it meets their needs, especially if towing, full-size seating, or budget are top priorities. That's it for today's deep dive into the 2027 Kia Telluride pros and cons. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next SUV reviews and comparisons right here on MotorNation, your go-to channel for all things automotive, packed with real data, real insights, and no fluff.